Hey, good morning. It's Chief Denney here, sharing with you tips and tricks on how you can retire sooner versus later, richer versus poor, working smarter, not harder. So one of the questions you can tell I'm working out today. One of the questions I had today, a text came in, it was, hey Chief, well, you look at this deal, is this a good investment? And we seem to get a lot of those in our office. Should I invest in this property? Is this investment a good deal? How do I know if a deal makes financial sense? And so one of the things I realized is, it might be smart to make a quick video on what on earth does the word investment really mean? And as an investor, we all have different definitions. So I'm just going to give you the Chief Denney version. It's probably completely contrary to what Webster's dictionary says, or probably some really smart financial advisor on Wall Street will tell you. But I kind of break it down real simple. An investment is when you invest your money into something that makes money. I know that sounds really simple, but I'll break that down. And I'll take it a little deeper actually. I categorize investments into two categories. One that I call just a pure investment, and the second, which is what I call a speculative investment, because I consider speculation totally different than a speculative investment. So here's how I break it down. Again, being a real estate guy, all I can give you is real estate advice. I can't really, I guess I should say, I'm not a financial advisor, and I'm not an attorney, and I'm not a CPA, and whatever disclosures you're supposed to tell people. But in my world, I look at it as an apartment building. If I have an apartment building, those numbers are quantifiable. I can see how much rent it generates. I can see how long it's generated the rent. I can see the vacancy. I can see how much repair it needs to make the place look beautiful again and gentrify it. I can look into all those variables. So for me, that is an investment. I can put pencil and paper to it, and I can figure out what my rate of return is, what my annualized rate of return is, what my cash flow. You can do all that. So to me, that's an investment. Also, if it's professionally managed, it becomes truly an investment because I'll never say apartments are passive. People tell you they are, but you still have to manage your managers. So I call it semi-passive. So I'm not doing it for a living. I'm putting an investment, my hard-earned capital, into something. Those numbers are quantifiable. I can see what kind of cash flow it's generating. I can look at the market, see if have the probability of future depreciation, and I can look at those things. I can sit there and go, yeah, these numbers make financial sense to me. I want to invest. The other kind of investment is what I call speculative investment. So flipping homes. We do house flipping, and that's a speculative investment. It generates money, so it meets my definition of an investment. However, there's some speculation because, I'm doing a rehab. I haven't opened the walls up yet, so I don't know that I'm going to not discover something that needs to be done that's outside of my scope of work. I am buying something with the intent to increase the value of that property. Well, if I did my ARV correct, if I looked at my comps, well, then I consider it an investment. But it's still speculative in nature because maybe the market swings against me a little bit. Maybe I found out that there was more work than anticipated in the property. So, it has a speculative nature. Some of the numbers I can quantify, I can kind of figure out, but they're still out there in the ether a little bit. So to me, that would be a speculative investment. Also, when it comes to house flipping, it could not even be an investment. It could be a business. If you do one or two a year, it's an investment. If you're doing a bunch, you go from being an investor where you write a check and you get a bigger check back to being a business operator where you're writing a check, you're managing your crew, you're picking the paint colors, you're picking the flooring, you're negotiating, with everyone, you're solving problems. It's a job. So it goes from being what I would call investment to being a business. So for a lot of you that are new, at this, yes, real estate flipping is an investment unless you start pushing volume, and then it becomes a business, which is not necessarily a bad thing. Just trying to define, is this a good investment? What's the difference between investment? Because it's important to understand what on earth does the word investment mean. Another kind of investment is obviously we do hard money loans. We have our own capital, we have lines of credit, and we have high net worth, and not so high net worth, but some people have cash and they want to invest it and deploy it. And so for example, maybe we do a first mortgage on a property and our investors are getting an 11% annualized rate of return. They write a check, they look at the deal, they like the deal, done deal, they get, they write a check, they get a bigger check back. So hard money lending would be a great definition of investment. Some things I don't consider investments would be, I get back to this cryptocurrency thing. Maybe I'm just bitter that I didn't buy cryptocurrency. To me, it's not an investment. It's completely a speculative play. And I'm sure there'll be people that'll comment and give me a million reasons why it is an investment. But at the end of the day, in my world, it's not. It doesn't make money. It's completely speculative. It may go up. It may go down. It may be higher today. It may be lower today. Maybe the government steps in and federalizes it. And so So there's just variables to me, and maybe I don't understand enough about it, but to me, it's not an investment. Investing in, gold, commodities, shorting the market, or just things of that nature, to me, that's more speculative in nature. So when I look at investments, I like something that I can sit there and go, okay, this property is going to make me money. It's going to generate a cash flow. That's an investment. And I can pretty much look at this house and it's a slam dunk. I can see that everything in the neighborhood's selling for $750. I got plenty of comps. I can buy it for $500. I'm sticking 75 grand into it. It's a speculative investment. But again, I can see where the money is, and the money's short term. It's right around the corner. I can have that money in 90, 120 days, maybe 160 days if things are a little slow. So when you're looking at investing in real estate, really kind of, or any investment, again, I'm not a stock market guy, so I can't speak to it. Tesla, to me, I don't get it. The P/E ratio is over 1,000. I don't know of any company in the world that has that P/E ratio. Yet I know people that are crushing it with Tesla. And yet to me, it just seems like no, don't buy that stuff. Maybe if it comes down, I'll buy a few shares, but I would be speculating. So part of it is, obviously, if you've got a little bit of money, you have to be wise with your investing. If you're younger, you can push a lot of that cash forward, because if you make mistakes, you got plenty of years to make up for it. If you're my age, you want to be a little smarter. Again, you want to invest smarter, not harder, because we want to make sure that our investments are wise choices. We want to basically focus on assets that we can pretty much have a sure thing. There's no such thing as, a sure thing, but I really want to take it to something that I can put math to, simple math. If it takes more than a 99-cent calculator to figure it out, I'm not interested in it. So that's kind of my definition of investments. Hopefully it provides a little clarity. If you have some more questions, you want me to dive deeper into it and show numbers, I'm more than happy to do so, but I think you get the gist of it. Chief Denney here. Remember, subscribe, like, hit the bell button, and comment below, because if there's anything you want to learn, please ask, and I would love to share it if I have the knowledge. Anyways, wishing you the best day today. See you soon.